Okay, in this video, what I'm going to be showing you is how to build a series circuit, which remember means there's only one path that the electrons can take or that the current can take um, with a breadboard. So let's go through how to build a series circuit with the breadboard. Okay, so I already have my breadboard out here. And this time I want to use a 9-volt battery so we can light our light bulbs up a little bit brighter. So I'm going to pull our 9-volt battery out of our components out here. Again, I'm going to connect to the positive end, and I'm going to color that wire red and do the negative end into the negative end and color that wire black. So with a 9-volt battery and our LEDs, there's going to be too much voltage and it'll blow the light bulb. And I'll show you real quick what that looks like. So remember, we'll just build a basic circuit real quick. You don't have to build this. I'm just going to show you what it looks like so you can see. Okay, let me move this light down just a little bit. So if I start the simulation, this light bulb or the fuse in the light bulb was blown because we have too much voltage in our circuit. So let me stop the simulation. So if you see your light bulb get blown like that, that means you just have too much voltage and you might want to consider adding a resistor. So that's what we're going to do with this circuit. So we're going to add a resistor so we can use the LEDs and the 9-volt battery. So I pull out my resistor and we can see that our resistance is set to 1 kilo ohm, which is fine. We're going to keep it at that. That'll be fine for the circuit that we're building. But when you click on the resistor, you can see how big the resistance is. You can change it. So if I want to do 10 kilo ohms, you'll notice that the banding on our resistor changes as I change the resistance. So I grab my resistor. We're going to keep it at 1 kilo ohm. And I'm going to bring it out into my circuit. The way you rotate parts on Tinkercad is you come over here, and I'm going to rotate mine so it's horizontal. Okay, so I have my resistor out here. Now we need to connect the resistor into the circuit. So I'm going to go from my positive end and drag a wire over and connect it so it goes in here and goes through our resistor. And again, I'm going to color that wire red because it's going from the positive end into our first component, our resistor. And now we're going to drag 3 of these LEDs out here because we're going to create a series circuit with 3 LEDs or 3 lights. So let me put in my first LED here. And now we need to get it from this row 24, over to 20. So I'm going to create a wire to go from there into there. Remember what we said in the last video. The short end always needs to be connected to, or the like crimped end or the one that's bent needs to be connected into the positive end of our battery. So here we have it going from positive through the resistor, through this green wire and into the positive end, which is perfect. Let's line up our other 3 LEDs then. Oops, there we go. And our last one over here. Okay, so we need to take the negative end of our LED. So from here, we need to connect it to the positive end of our next LED. So I'm putting a wire in there to go from 19 all the way over to 14. So it connects this LED to this LED. And we'll do the same with our next LED. So again, let's just double check ourselves and let's trace the path that the current is going right now. So it's going from the positive of the battery through this wire, through this resistor, over to, through this wire, over to our positive end of our LED, through the LED to the negative end of the LED, to this wire, through the positive end of the LED, through the negative, then again through this wire, and then through our third LED. Now what we need to do is we need to connect the negative end of this LED to the negative terminal of our battery. So if I take our LED's negative end is connected in the sixth row. So I take this and I connect it over into the negative end. I color that black because that's going into the negative. So what's happening is it's coming from the battery through the positive, through this first red wire here, and then it's going through this entire row. So the positive's going through this entire row. Then I have it go through the resistor, and now it's going through this entire row. It's going to go through the first wire and through our first LED to the next wire, through our second LED, and then through this wire to our third LED and back through the negative terminal. So if I hit start simulation, I should see all the light bulbs light up. Perfect. And they're all lit at this with the same amount. We can see that if we remove this resistor, so let me hit stop simulation real quick, and we just connect over from here into there, our light bulbs are blown. That's why we need the resistor in this case, because our voltage is too high. This resistor adds extra resistance in our breadboard so we don't blow up the light bulbs, basically. So I'll add my resistor back in there, and our light bulbs light up. So that is a series circuit made with a breadboard.